Hello, I'm Frank Avila, Commissioner of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. I believe that the condition of our water affects us all, and that's why we at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District do all we can to help make our area water supply as pure as it can be. On past shows, we talk about how medicine, which are disposed down the drain or eliminated and flushed down the toilet, can actually harm our water supply. When all the medicine we take interact with one another in our water treatment plant, they can potentially form harmful substances which are difficult to treat. What can we do about this? There are several ways to dispose of pharmaceutical drugs. The U.S. EPA suggests that if you want to dispose of any pharmaceutical drugs, that you could mix it in with your coffee grounds or your cat litter, and you could bag it very carefully that it doesn't leak, and just deposit it in your garbage can. But you know, that's not all that we could do to dispose of our pharmaceutical drugs. We could take less medicine. Find other ways to improve your health without using medicine. On that subject, I'm delighted to welcome back to our show Cheryl Joy Odonoghue. Last month, Cheryl shared tips with us about how laughter can improve our health. Cheryl is the founder of the Laughter, Joy, and Intuition Institute, a charitable nonprofit corporation. She has a Master of Science degree in Business and Adult Education, is a certified Law of Attraction practitioner, and a certified laughter leader. Over the past 20 years, Cheryl has worked closely with individuals and businesses to help them reach their true potential and maximize their strength. What she has found is that helping people bring more joy in their lives also helps them to lead more fulfilling and healthier lives. Welcome back, Cheryl.
I'm delighted to be here, Commissioner, and can't wait to talk about our topic today.
Well, that's excellent. You know, Cheryl, what are you going to talk to us about today?
Well, you know, it's the holiday season is over.
Yes.
And for some people, there's a little bit of a letdown, right?
Yes.
The year starts, and what could life be like if we could live in a state of holiday joy year-round? And so that's what we're going to focus on, because when we think about the holidays, there's more things that happen for us. We're with our family more, with our friends more, there may be more laughter, there's more giving, more compassion, more love, more peace, more forgiving, all these wonderful things that really give the holiday the spirit, if you will, the holiday spirit. So, while there's many things that we can focus on, I wanted to focus on three.
Three things.
Three things specifically. I wanted to focus on how we could experience holiday joy year-round by laughing more, giving more, and forgiving more.
Well, I like when you say have holiday all year round, because I love to be on holiday all year
Wouldn't that
round.
be great?
That would be great.
If we can create that feeling, and that's the key, is being able to create the feeling, that holiday feeling, that holiday spirit.
So you believe if we have more joy in our lives, we'll be more healthier.
Yes.
And some of the way to have more joy is to laugh more,
right?
Give more, and forgive more.
That's it exactly.
And okay, let's start with laughter health connection. Why is laughter good for you and for me also? And how can we get more of it into our lives?
That's the key. Now, last time we had our show together, we had a marvelous time. We laughed for 30 minutes. Laughter, just for the health of it, is a marvelous way to, well, first of all, it has a number of health benefits. Now, I went into a lot of those health benefits last time, and I spent some time talking about them. I'm going to quickly go through them now. Okay, just to recap. When we laugh, the health benefits include a reduction of stress, our physical body works better. Our cardiovascular system works better. Our blood pressure will regulate. Our heart rate will improve. When we laugh, we release in our saliva an antibody that when we swallow it, what happens is we actually improve our upper respiratory health. When we laugh, and we laugh mirthfully, joyfully with other people, that helps form a stronger connection with those people. So it's wonderful in fostering strong relationships. The benefits go on and on. And one of the key things with laughter is a lot of times people don't laugh enough because they're waiting for something on the outside to prompt them to laugh.
Yes.
A good comedian,
Yes.
A great movie, just someone to be around who's funny. And that's good. We all love to be around people who make us laugh. And that's one of the things I encourage you to do more of. And laugh with each other. Those are wonderful things. However, you can gain those same benefits that I talked about, even if there isn't somebody on the outside making you laugh. You can make yourself laugh.
Make yourself laugh.
You can take control of your own health and just choose to laugh more. And we did a series of laughter exercises,
Yes.
which are used, it's part of laughter therapy, which is used in the medical profession. A lot of groups and organizations use laughter therapy and laughter exercises for a variety of different reasons, mostly health related, okay? But it's so easy to do. So what I'm going to do is just recap a couple of those laughter exercises just to get people thinking about laughter again. And then I'm going to share just some other tips that work for me and for my friends and other certified laughter leaders out there that we share with others. Again, simple tips just to laugh. Now, the key, as you remember, whenever you're engaged in any kind of laughter exercise or exercise in general, you need to warm up a little bit. So I'm going to let people do that at home, but recognize how important that is. However you would typically stretch your muscles and warm up is important. Now, Frank, he exercises, right, every day. You're warmed up already.
Yes, but I have to, I spend a lot of time in my car.
Oh,
Because as a commissioner, I
Yes.
cover the whole county.
Yes.
So it takes me maybe an hour to go from the north side to the south side. So I do laughter exercise also.
I love it. And that's one of the best places. In fact, that was one of the tips I was going to share.
Oh, excellent.
One of the best places to laugh is in your car.
Excellent.
And some fun things that you
And
can
it's
do.
free.
Again,
It's free.
everything we're going to talk about today
Yes.
is good for your health and costs absolutely nothing, and you have total control over it. This is exciting stuff. But let's go back to the laughing in the car, okay? Think about it. Let's say you're listening to a music station and there's commercials. Laugh during the commercials. Sometimes what we do in our family car is we'll just laugh during a whole song and see whoever stops laughing. Okay, is not the winner, I know. but we'll play games like that.
Okay.
And the laughing is very easy. It's a matter of making sure you're breathing in deeper. So let's take a deep breath in.
Yeah.
Okay, and exhale. Let's warm up. Always take a few deep breaths in. Now, when you laugh, we're just going to practice this right here. On the exhale, I want you to just go ho, ho, ho. And I want you to push the air out of your diaphragm, out of your abdomen. So it looks like this. Ho, ho, ho. Good. Do you feel the difference?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we want to tap into when we're laughing. You don't have to do that all the time, but it's a body laugh. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're pretending we're driving in the car.
Okay.
Do you want to drive?
Okay, I'm driving.
Okay, I'm going to let you drive.
And driving is hectic sometimes.
Driving's hectic.
Yes.
And so especially when you feel you're tapping into that
Okay,
adrenaline,
we're
you're getting
driving down the
stressed out,
expressway, yes,
someone just
we're
cut you
driving,
off,
okay,
deep
yeah.
breath in, and just start laughing. It's that easy.
And maybe when you're laughing driving your car, the police officer won't give you the ticket.
No, because you're
Maybe-
laughing
maybe
and you're
it's a-
smiling at
Maybe the
them.
laughter is the ticket-free way of driving while getting the ticket.
There you go.
Yes.
Just laugh.
Enjoy, yes.
And just enjoy yourself. I have a friend of mine who laughs on her way to the mailbox.
On the mailbox?
On the way to the mailbox. And she kind of chortles to herself.
That's excellent.
Laughing, wherever, whenever. Some people at home have clocks that on the hour they ring or they chime. I have one of my fellow laughter leaders, what they'll do is whenever they hear that chime, they just say, oh, I'm just going to laugh.
Oh.
And they just laugh.
And you know, if a person is not used to laughing, can they force a laugh, or maybe not make a sound? Can they just go and trick their body?
Absolutely.
Is that one way also?
Absolutely.
The key is tricking your body, right?
And here's the great thing about fake laughter.
Fake laughter?
Fake laughter.
Oh, you call that fake laughter?
I call it simulated laughter.
Simulated
yes.
laughter.
Well, and what it is, it has the same benefits to your health as real laughter. And what happens, you start with a fake laugh, and all of a sudden, you're laughing. Okay? You're feeling, and you're tapping into the feeling of pleasure, which comes from laughter. And again, you can do it anywhere. One thing I wanted to share with you, last time we were talking, right as I was leaving the studio, I mentioned that I had come across this research study. And what it did is it was focusing on we all know that laughter is good for us. The researchers have understood that for years, but they weren't exactly sure why. What was happening? And what they found out, it's not your funny bone that makes you laugh.
Okay.
It actually is a place in your brain.
In the brain?
Which rewards you. It gives you this reward of pleasure when you laugh.
Oh.
And you want to experience it again and again. Now, interestingly enough.
That's interesting.
Yes. And you want to experience it again and again. Now, here's the interesting thing. And actually kind of scary, too. But that same place in the brain also is triggered when you take a drug. Cocaine, amphetamines. So
pleasure.
It's triggering this area of pleasure. So what's happened, what this one particular study did was looking at the effect that laughter has in keeping our children off of drugs. Because children, when they're young, are laughing all the time. It comes very naturally. You ever see a kid? They don't have anything on the outside making them laugh. They're just laughing. Right. My daughter breaks out with laughter. I'll do the silliest thing, which I'm very good at doing. But she just breaks out laughing. And that's important. What happens is children get older, they're not laughing as much. They're waiting for stuff on the outside to make them laugh. Okay? If we can laugh more with our children, we're helping them tap into that pleasure. Okay? When we don't laugh with our children, they're going to seek that pleasure and that thrill in other ways. And that's when some of the behavior comes. Yes. So this is something that they're really, the researchers are getting their hands around, and expect to hear more about that connection in the future. What I can tell you now is the key with any relationship to improve that relationship is to find ways to laugh together. Not at each other, but to laugh together and tap into that joy. You're releasing literally your funny bones in your brain. And it's being rewarded with that feeling of pleasure.
And every time you laugh, you mention it, the 5 things that helps you at the beginning of the show.
Right. We're talking, again, the benefits of laughter. Reduces stress. Helps you feel better. Physiological feel better because you are feeling better. You're improving your cardiovascular functioning. Your immune system's being boosted. It's a marvelous list of things that we can bring into our life through laughter. And even humor. If there is a movie that you enjoy watching as a family, watch it. If you enjoy watching it yourself, it makes you laugh, laugh. And when you laugh, sometimes, you know, you can laugh any different way. And if you can tap into that belly laugh, that and just laugh out loud. You know, I have to tell you something sad. But there's a story in this. I had a laughter session with a group of business people, and I had this one woman who came up to me afterwards. She's got her PhD in psychology, and she said, you know, when I was a child, her father told her she had a funny laugh, and so she has not been laughing.
Oh, my God.
And in our session was one of the first times that she laughed again. So what if your laughter sounds funny?
Yes.
It's good for you, and that's what you can tell the other person. Get them to laugh with you.
You know, I'm wondering if that's why the good Lord made us, and as a young child growing up, that they're laughing more to improve your body as you're growing older.
Absolutely. I love that idea, and I really believe that there's a lot of truth to that. You know, keeping us healthy and strong so we can grow up. And be contributing people and help one another and serve. And it's a marvelous thing. And laughter is that connection. So we want more joy year round.
Yes.
And we want to be healthier.
Yes.
Laugh.
Laugh.
early and often.
Now, okay, now you're going to talk about three things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just talked about the first, about laughter.
Mm-hmm.
About how can giving make us laugh
Oh, yes.
healthier?
Well, there's a connection. Giving
so if I were to go and give something,
anything,
anything, I'll become healthier.
You will.
Give my car or
give a little bit every day.
Every day.
Give a little bit every day,
and it makes me healthier.
And it will make you healthier. I'll talk to you about what you can give and how that works. But let me tell you what the health connection is, which is absolutely amazing. When I first learned this a while ago, it was something that took me by surprise, but made sense. Here it is. When you give, in fact, there's a report that was just released in Molecular Psychiatry, and we're talking about what happens to you physically on a physical molecular level. When you give and you nurture someone, okay, in your mind, in your head, in your brain, there's a spike of dopamine. Okay, dopamine is a neurotransmitter which is directly linked to reward and feeling pleasure and happiness. When you give, and here's the key, this is important, you have to give something that makes you feel good. There's a lot of people who give. They say yes all the time. They're giving, but they're not necessarily feeling good about it.
Yes.
Okay, not the same. It's something which you give, something simple, doesn't have to be big, okay?
And you want to give.
And you want to give. You feel good about it.
Yes.
You get this spike of dopamine that's released in your brain, and it feels good. Now, doctors will call this, and have been talking about this for years. They call it the helper's high.
The helper's high?
The helper's high. And that people who get this spike, this pleasurable, good feeling, they like it. And they want to do it over and over again. Once they tap into it, it's a little secret. Okay, so the helper's high. All right? Now, the question is, okay, how much do I have to give?
No, we all, every person has this in them.
We all have it. We are wired. See,
everyone has this in them.
This is where our intelligence, through medical research and science, has helped us.
Yeah.
We know we are wired. There's a place in our brain, our neurotransmitter, dopamine, trigger, feel good, I feel pleasure, I want to do this again.
You know, I wonder if there's a lot of people out there that belong with nonprofit organizations that are always helping other people.
Absolutely.
And these are the people that probably is experiencing what you're saying about giving, because they don't make a lot of money. They work long hours, but they enjoy what they're doing because they're helping society. So I wonder if that's what in their body triggering it every day.
You better believe it. Huge health benefits too. You're going to get goosebumps when I tell you this. On that topic of giving, volunteering, nonprofit organizations, whatever, there was a study done by the Buck Institute for Age Research. Okay, they're out of Nevada, California, and what they found out was that the individuals who were giving to one or maybe two nonprofit groups, and they didn't have to give a lot, but they were volunteering. They were giving through their volunteer work. They had a 44% lower likelihood of dying than those that didn't give.
Oh, 44%?
44% lower likelihood of dying. It gets better. They did another study where they looked at 427 women, and they studied them over a period of time, and they were volunteers, okay? And they found that 30 years later, each of those, compared to those that weren't volunteering, okay, had better overall physical functioning. So what our medical community is telling us now is that next to giving up smoking, giving may very well be one of the best things you can do for your health. Interesting. Now,
well, because maybe when they're giving, they enjoy what they're doing.
You got it.
They feel they're helping society, and by that, and maybe they're laughing more also.
Oh,
because the first step was laughing, now giving, and so you said laughing is in your brain that makes you healthier.
That's right.
And now giving works another part of your body.
That's right. And
everything works together.
It all works together. And there's what's at the heart of this is connecting with other people, and that's what we're here to do, to make those connections. So the question then becomes, well, if it's good for me, how much do I have to do of it? Okay?
Well,
how much do I have to do it? What do I exactly have to do? And this is what I love. If you can give a little bit every day, and you are doing tremendous things for your health. okay?
Well, you're helping yourself,
Yes,
and you're helping that person that you're giving to.
Right.
Because maybe that person that is receiving it
Mm-hmm.
feels grateful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So here you are. So what are some tips that we can do? When I talk about giving,
Yes.
okay, I'm not talking about bringing out the checkbook, writing the checks,
Sure.
or giving. It could be as simple as when you're checking out your groceries, smiling at the person who's checking you out,
Yes.
and saying a kind word to them.
A kind word, yes.
Simple as that. How are you today?
Yes.
I love that color on you. Something very simple. It could be as simple as being at an intersection and letting a pedestrian cross in
Yes.
front of you.
Yes.
It could be as simple as, again, being in a car and driving and maybe slowing down a little bit and letting some people come in.
Sure, you're giving, yes.
Remember to deep breathe while you're doing that too. Gives you additional benefits. So giving a little bit. One thing that's huge to give
Yes.
is attention.
Attention.
To give attention. To when you talk to someone, really talk to them, listen to them, look at them. Give that individual your attention.
Become a good listener.
Become a good listener. Little things, little gifts, especially with families. Children, we're all running around doing so many things. I make a point at least one time every day to just listen to my daughter, to just be with her, to give her my attention.
Yes.
And that means, unplugging the cell phone, turning it off, putting down the text messaging, turning the television off, taking out the distractions, and just being with someone. Little gifts every day.
Because you're giving by listening.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're giving because you're listening to a person
Mm-hmm.
that's conversing with you.
Absolutely. And just giving that attention. And children have said that's something that means a lot to them. They know their parents are busy, they have a lot of things to do, but just spending that little bit of time, that little connection, even if it's saying nothing, even if it's just being together right before your child goes to bed, and they know you're there. It's little things, little gifts. Little gifts. Here's something interesting.
Okay, and these are the tips that you're giving us in giving.
These are tips.
Yeah.
Little gifts. Sometimes, especially in a work environment, we hear good things happening to people. They get a promotion, something marvelous happens for them. Just giving a kind word and showing happiness for what they expressed will help you feel better, too. The thing is, a lot of times people operate from a position of scarcity. They think, well, if he got a promotion, well, maybe there's not one for me. And yet, that is not true. The world is filled with abundance. By expressing happiness for somebody and giving them that gift for their success, it just might rub off on you.
And, here in the United States, we have our government is made up of the president and the various cabinet members. And I wonder if we mentioned at our last show that maybe we should have a cabinet, a whole department, because we got Department of Defense, we got Department of Health, we got and health. We're talking about giving and health and laughing, but maybe that department should change and become Department of Laughter and Giving.
Yeah.
Maybe pick a person that could communicate throughout the United States, or maybe throughout the whole world, on how to laugh and give.
There's all
and maybe
these
we'll
things.
have peace in our world.
Well, that's just it. I mean, there's a number of ways to get to peace. Laughter, giving, forgiving, which is the third topic we'll be talking about. These are all ways to get to peace.
And that's a connection between. So what is the connection between the forgiving and health?
Oh, forgiving and health. Well,
and how can we bring more joy into our lives by forgiving more?
Oh gosh, and this is the beautiful thing. You get both. By forgiving, you're going to get joy, more joy in your life, and greater health.
Okay.
You've heard the expression, to err is human, to forgive is divine.
Err is human, forgive is divine, yes.
Okay, so we're going to add to that.
Okay.
To err is human, to forgive is divine, great for your health, and brings you lots of joy. Now, here's, again, it always fascinates me, the research studies that are done on these topics. In 1999, there was an organization called, a nonprofit organization called the Campaign for Forgiveness Research.
The Campaign for Forgiveness Research.
And what they did, and they continue to do, is to fund different research studies that help to uncover the medical benefits of forgiveness. And since 1999, they have funded, in part or in full, over 60 different major studies. And these are studies at universities, studies at medical hospitals and research facilities. And quickly go through the top benefits. Many of them are the same health benefits as laughter and as giving. The thing that I found interesting is they had this one study with all these people who had terrible chronic back pain to the point that it was debilitating.
Yes.
And what they did is they helped them convert anger that they were holding in their systems. Anger, resentment, bitterness.
Because they didn't know how to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the key because as a human being, we feel that if we want to forgive someone, we're going to show our weakness.
Ah, yes.
And maybe that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that. You're right on target. That is it. That's what prevents many of us from forgiving. Because first of all, sometimes we think that by forgiving, we're saying in a way that that person is right and not acknowledging that they're wrong. And that's one of the key steps to forgiveness is, and in fact, the first step is to recall what caused the hurt. Okay, and what are you feeling? Is it angerness? Is it bitterness, revenge? What is that feeling that you have and that you're holding on to? And to recall it. Sometimes you do that and people go, I don't know why I'm angry with her. I don't know why I'm not forgiving her. They can't remember. But they remember the emotion. The emotion stays with them. And there's a reason why the emotion stays with them. Because when you are angry and you've made a conscious choice not to forgive, it's like taking a poison pill.
Yeah, it's a reverse.
It reverses. It doesn't harm the other person.
Doesn't harm the other person.
They don't even know. In fact, that's one of the keys to
and
understanding.
they don't even know.
They don't know. In fact,
but it affects you.
Yeah, it affects you. They don't even know. They may not even understand what it was that they did. They don't have the information or the tools to understand. You do, and here you're holding on to it. And that's when we talk about the physical benefits of forgiving. It is the release of stress. Cardiovascular system improves, your heart rate improves, your blood pressure improves. Again, people who forgive are better at conflict resolution. Our lives are filled with conflicts.
And I like that fifth one where the saliva comes back into you and helps your health.
And that's for laughter specifically. Because when you laugh, you have that saliva that literally, when you swallow it, it improves your upper respiratory health, which is fabulous. Oh,
yes.
Our time is up already.
Well,
so what are we going to do? We're going to laugh more, give more, and forgive. Just choose to forgive, and that's the key.
Yes.
We can choose these things. Choose to forgive, because if you hold it in, it doesn't do you any good at all.